man. You got to guess
Oh.
this movie. Anyways, hey, this is the Fantasy Red Zone. I am Tyler Big Turd Ward. This is Jason, the lucky bastard youth will coming at you live from the West Coast, opposite of where all the whatever. I'll talk about that later. And this is a Fantasy Red Zone, like I just said, man. This is our wide receiver rankings episode. I am drinking, and I am watching a movie. If you can guess this movie, man, put it down in the live comments. One of my favorite movies of all time, Icebox, man. One of the hardest hitters in, I don't know, Little League history? I don't know what they call it. Pee-wee football. Pee-wee football history. Right? Yeah, I played baseball. My dad's like, you can't play football, you will die. That's probably a good call. Anyways, we've got our news and brews, all types of offensive coordinators, man, going all over the place. We're going to go over that, how that affects fantasy. And, man, we are different in a lot of wide receivers here, Jason. It's not like running backs and quarterbacks. We're going to butt some heads today, dude. So we got two button heads.
Butthead.
All right, stick around for that. But this show needs help, Jason. Tell the public how they can help the show. All right. We said we're going to try to break it 2,000 subs. Fucking Jersey Mice has a better odds of that.
We're 14 away. Yeah, man. You know, we're just sitting over here in Aurora, Illinois, suburb of Chicago. I had some Joe jobs before, but nothing compares to the fantasy football podcast.
What are you reading off of something?
No, man. You ever seen Wayne's World?
Oh God. Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck is it? I haven't seen that since I was a kid, so.
The intro, he's all, I've had a couple Joe jobs before. We're from Aurora, Illinois, suburb of Chicago. Anyways, yeah, if you made it this far and you like what you see. Sorry, I'm doing like three things at once.
I was like, man, you're getting all serious and they're all, you like what you see? He's like, yeah.
Please hit the subscribe and press the likes. Leave us a comment. I want to know what your guys' rankings are for top 10 wide receivers. Let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments. We're also on the radio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and we also got a Patreon, and we got a little thank you button on all of our videos. Make sure to check that out if you can.
Hey, Jason, you like tri-tip?
And try this tip.
Try some of this tip. You can tip us. Anyways, Jason, let's start off with some positivity in the news and brews. I got the news. I got the brews. This was first off Reddit, the NFL subreddit. A Lions fan, Jason, sold his prized autographed Matthew Stafford jersey so he could attend the one Lions playoff game this year. Wait, no. Did they win 2 playoff games, Jason, or was it just the one? They had the 1 seed. They got the bye. I think they only played 1 game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, they saw all the Vikings in Cancun in fucking 2 weeks. But anyways, Matthew Stafford heard about this, man. And then he sent the fan a game-worn jersey that he fucking saved from 2014 playoff run with the Lions. I think that might be Calvin Johnson there. And I think I owned Calvin Johnson that year. But Matthew Stafford, he might have an annoying wife, but hey, he's an amazing human being. Good to the Stafford family. Thumbs up. Next up, Jason. Did you think that was cool?
I mean, I guess you did see my thumbs up, huh?
I read it and I was like, man, that's nice. I go to Reddit and it's all fucking doom and gloom. There's a new asteroid. It's going to hit us in 2032. Amazing. Fucking hurry the fuck up. Cowboys, Jason, are hiring the Cardinals offensive line coach, Clayton Adams. All right. So the Cardinals were top 10 offensive line last year. They took a small step back. They were top 15. I went and checked. Run block win rate, pass block win rate, top 15 or top 16 in both, actually. But yeah, now he's going to be the offensive coordinator with for Brian Schottenheimer, Jason, and the Cowboys. So they've got Matt Eberflus, who I love as a defensive coordinator. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this offensive line. I think they're going to run the fuck out of the ball. They need to draft a running back, like a big running back in the first round.
Genty.
No, I don't think they're going to get him. I think they're going to get the other dude, the huge dude from the next Peyton Hillis, because he's white.
Well, you said first round, right?
No, wait. Actually, who's the Arizona State running back? Isn't he some big?
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but don't the Cowboys got like the 12th pick in the draft? Genty.
Alshon Gentry's going higher, Jason. Jahmyr Gibbs was picked with the 12th pick. This guy's going to blow Jahmyr Gibbs out of the water.
Oh, Very, very interesting. I want to go. They're going to get Genty. That'd be nice. They're going to go up to the 3rd pick.
I think that that one huge guy from Arizona State. I think isn't he from Arizona State?
Yes, Tyler. Yes, from Arizona State.
That guy with not Deuce Vaughn, but with Rico Dowdle. I think that'd be a great pairing. So that's who I would hope
he stays. He might be leaving. He's a free agent.
Jesus Christ. Dude, Cowboys, man. You're fucked.
Anyway, yeah, with the offensive coordinator and the head coach, dude, if you're a Cowboys fan, get ready for our roller coaster of a fucking season. Who the fuck are these guys, dude? Who the fuck are them? Yeah, man, let's just get an offensive coordinator who wasn't even playing calls last year, Brian Schottenheimer, to freaking be our head coach. I love it. I love it, dude. Oh, people want to know why I'm fucking balding. Now we know why, dude. It's the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, man.
Jason, anyway. Why are you balding? How old are you? It's like, dude, I'm in my late 30s. God damn it.
God. Anyway.
Listen to the radio. 40% of males in the late 30s are suffering from ED and balding. So just get off my back.
Oh, my God. It's a tough life if you're suffering from both.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, the Jets are hiring the Lions. Fuck, dude. The Jets are hiring the Lions passing game coordinator. Tanner Engstrand, he sounds like somebody from the Vikings, as their new offensive coordinator. So, hey, the passing game, Jason, was second. Like, they don't pass the ball much. I do love their passing concepts, so I do like this. But I was just surprised that he wasn't going to. So he went with Aaron Glenn instead of going with what's his name, Jason,
Ben
to the
Johnson.
Bears. Yeah, and I was like, fuck, dude, you think that he would want the passing game coordinator?
Right.
He took the offensive line coach, I think. Ben Johnson did. So Aaron Glenn took the passing coordinator. I think that this is great for Devontae Adams, man.
I mean, am I gonna like bump anybody up because of this pick? No.
Aaron Rodgers gonna be like, "What do you want me to do?" Okay, cool, bro. And then he's gonna go whatever the fuck he wants to do. So I mean,
he's gonna do that look where he's just like he's got his helmet strap around his fucking nose. He's gonna be like, and you hear him now.
Oh, DMT, dog. What do you know about DMT? DMT. Oi. Oi. All right. Jason, the Buccaneers have now had 4 offensive coordinators in the last 4 years. Byron left, which was hot shit for a second. Dave Canales got a head coaching job. Then Liam Cohen is, he's trying to poach people from them to go to the Jaguars. And now it's going to be Josh Grizzard. So I don't really know what to think about this because I thought Dave Canales was a secret to Baker Mayfield. Obviously not the case. Then Liam Cohen got a job because of Baker Mayfield. So yeah, I think I'm going to draft Baker Mayfield regardless. I'm not going to drop him down at all because he's losing an offensive coordinator. Whatever I'm trying to say.
Baker Mayfield has gone through like 8 offensive coordinators in his like career. Isn't that crazy? So
I believe it. And then here, Jason, the Buccaneers, in the same note, declined the Jaguars' request to interview assistant offensive line coach Brian Pachucci. And so there was a couple coaches because do you remember how that ended, Jason? Like, what's his name, dude? Liam Cohen. He ghosted the management or all the ownership for Tampa Bay, and then he went back to Jacksonville, and then it never came fucking back. Now he's asking them to get their coaches to interview him, and Jacksonville's like, and then Tampa Bay's like, fuck no, dude. Well, this guy was with Liam Cohen in college. So Tampa Bay, like Kentucky, I think. Tampa Bay hired these two from Kentucky. So I would not mind seeing these guys together.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that he's like, he did all that, then he's trying to poach him, but then the Buccaneers are like, nay. What the hell?
Dude,
fuck them.
Like, it's petty. It's petty. I mean, fucking petty too, dude. You pull that shit. I'll pull some shit too, man. An eye for an eye. All right, let's go. Let's get into these rankings, dog. You ready for it?
Yeah.
I know you're excited, man. I could see it in your face.
I'm just typing to Olaf.
What's up, Olaf? Hey, if you play any retro video games, let me know. I'm onto the GameCube this last week, and I traded a lot of old shit for a new TV with a VCR/DVD player.
I was just telling somebody at work that, and they were like very confused.
Dude, this guy couldn't even pick it up that I was buying it from, and I had it. It's crazy how big TVs used to be, man.
Yeah, you know how like you were just talking before we went on air. You were talking about the rooms. I have like the couches and the games and all that stuff. That my this guy I was talking to about it, he actually has one of those. He was like showing me pictures, and he was like, I just got his Wii U. He's like, my Wii U just came in and blah blah blah. I was like, dude, my buddy just got, the TV with a fucking PE VCR in it, man. And he's all, why? Like, I don't know. He wants to feel like a kid again, man. He's having a midlife crisis.
I don't even, it's funny because I thought I've been 40 for like 4 years, Jason. So my midlife crisis does not exist. That's funny. I'm always like, I'm 39 this year. I'm fucking 36, I thought I was 30. I thought I was turning 40 this year, Jason, just until like a month ago. So yeah, I really don't care about that. But hey, every once in a while I get into that old shit and I need it. And yeah, Jason, VHSs, when I go to thrift stores and VHSs are like fucking $4 for $1, I'm like, what am I doing here, man? Like DVDs are like $5. All right. Now they're expensive. So I'll blur my eyes a little bit and enjoy the movie. All right, dude. Let's get into this table. We got tears over here. Tears. All right. Tears of joy. Tears of pain. It's like forgetting Sarah Marshall. What kind of tears are they? What kind of tissues are they? Happy
are
tissues
those happy
or sad
tears?
No, it's tissues. Happy tissues or sad tissues?
Is those happy tissues or sad tissues?
That guy fought in the UFC. The big bald dude. Anyways, turd rank is my rank. Bastard rank is Jason's rank. We average those two for the RZ rank. And then we threw in the ADP in 2024 just to kind of show if they've gone up or gone down. And they're at ADP, man. So even if a guy was injured like Puka Nakua, this motherfucker was averaging the second most fantasy points per game. Pretty much, Rashee Rice is actually averaging the second most. But we'll talk about that in a little bit because there's a lot of shit baked into that. Okay, anyways, Jason. Let's start off with this. We are in unison. I mean, Jamar Chase is in a tier of his own. And I think everybody has the same upside until you get to Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. They're losing so many people here. And even when they had everybody, there was a lot of games where he just had 10 points, man. Like, he was touchdown dependent in a lot of games this season. But he got one touchdown per game for like 8 fucking games.
I'm sorry, who'd you say? Jameer?
I'm talking about we're in unison until like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay. I just kind of want to talk about real fast. I'm knocking down a little bit. Like, I even have Nico Collins ahead of him.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it was a little bit scary with this guy, but you know what? He still ended up being one of the most consistent wide receivers out there. With points,
when you look at his fantasy points per game, Jason, it's at over 18, and Nico's only at 17, even with that injury. So, like, if you're 18 or over, I mean, I got T Higgins, Jason, down here. We're just gonna stay here for a while, but I just want to point out that T Higgins, Jason told me he was gonna have him in his top 10, and I'm like, I can't put a wide receiver 2 in my top 12. I don't know why I can't do it, but I just fucking can't. So I have him almost the next up, but I have AJ Brown ahead of him, even though he doesn't get the opportunity that he should. But if things work out like last year, Jason, T Higgins should be a second round draft pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's kind of hard. These are early as fuck rankings because I'm already looking at some of these here, and I'm like, dude, they're not going to remain at these spots.
Well, Brian Thomas Jr., man. So they got a new coach. I like Doug Peterson, and it's like a lot of this was with Matt Jones. So it's like, what is going to happen? I think so Brian Thomas Jr., and I'm putting Drake London this high because of the ending of the year with Michael Penix Jr. And it's like, what is to say that's going to continue? So once you get to like literally Malik Neighbors-ish, there's a lot of, question marks baked in, but their upsides are fucking nuts. Like Brian Thomas Jr., if he finishes the top 5 wide receiver, you'd be like, yeah, whatever. Malik Neighbors, same thing. Drake London, same thing. Then you get to Terry McLaurin, Jason. I'm like, amazing wide receiver 1. But do you remember CJ Stroud, man? Last year we were saying the same shit. I think that Jaden Daniels is better than CJ Stroud, but still, there are question marks for me about Jaden Daniels next year.
Yeah, I don't really have an issue with Jaden Daniels next year. I have an issue with McLaurin. I have him at 8. Do I have him at 8? Yeah, I have him at 8. I think
Higher than me, and I thought I had him high. So
I think I'm going to drop him even more, just because, he didn't get 100 receptions. I think he actually had the same amount of receptions as Ladd McConkey. Yeah, he did actually, and they were pretty much close in the same targets. McLaurin only had 117 targets. Ladd McConkey had 17. But dude, Terry McLaurin, he had 13 touchdowns this year, and that is doubled than like his career high. And that's what I feel like for next year. He might have the same amount of receptions, receiving yards, targets, but I can see those touchdowns regressing next year. He's also
totally, man. But he's so fucking good. You remember? Did you see that playoff game, man? When he made that catch, like on 4th down, that shit was crazy. But like, I wanted to say, he was getting out targeted by Noah Brown, Jason, for like 6 weeks, and then Noah Brown got injured. He is totally touchdown dependent, but it's like Brian Robinson, man. Brian Robinson's touchdown dependent, and he's like Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson, like almost in the same thing to me. But I'm just projecting Jaden Daniels to get better but there is a risk that he will get worse, like CJ Stroud. But he runs the ball. I don't know, dude. Terry McLaurin is not going to lose his red zone. I don't see him regressing in touchdowns. There is a risk of that. But the reason I have him lower than, like, say, Drake London is because of the targets. We chase targets around here, Jason, because that is more consistent.
Wait, so you don't think his touchdowns are going to regress?
I don't think so, man. When I watch
him at 10?
Yes, exactly. I don't think his opportunity is good. I think his target's going to be like 110, maybe 100, maybe 90. But he gets those fucking touchdowns, and I don't see that going away. Now, there is a world where, it's a CJ Stroud situation, but if Cliff Kingsbury is already going to stay there, so I think it's going to be. I just love him in the red zone, dude. I watch those games. He's fucking nuts in the red zone. He makes the craziest catches. It looks like it's not even supposed to happen. It happens. So I don't see it regressing. He is so goddamn good.
You think the touchdowns are going to stay the same, but
no opportunity, no regular targets.
So he's going to have less receptions.
Yeah, or the same, which is not good. I mean, no, he might have less because fucking Noah Brown got injured halfway through the year. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to draft a wide receiver high, man. I know they are.
Okay.
Am I going crazy right now?
I'm trying to understand. So you're saying he's going to have the same 82 receptions, 117 targets, and 13 touchdowns.
He will have 10 plus touchdowns.
And the receptions are going to stay the same.
Receptions will maybe even decrease.
Okay, so you're saying touchdowns will probably stay the same, but the receptions will decrease for next year.
But I still love him, dude. I'm like, fuck this shit. I would love him as my wide receiver 1. I'd be totally fine with it.
Yeah, for me, I have like anybody who's getting like 115 targets. I kind of figure that as like elite targets because I like that. He only got it by 2. He had like 117.
Well, what do you think the difference is, Jason, between Mike Evans and Terry McLaurin?
Age. No.
Right? And Terry McLaurin's a little bit younger. But but like Baker Mayfield's guaranteed going to pass the shit out of the ball. Whereas Jaden McDaniels, who knows? So, like, I kind of have them in the same. I have them in the same tier, but I'm like Terry McLaurin and Mike Evans. When I was doing this was like the same player to me, really.
I think
I like them both more than Rashee Rice.
I really do. I think that's a good comp because Mike Evans has never had 100 receiving yards and 100 receptions in his career.
I know.
He's had the touchdowns. He's had he's the guy who's going to get the 80-yard touchdowns. So he had the yards there, but he never had the receptions. So.
And then, hey, man,
he's also like
Rashee Rice. If you want to gamble on Rashee Rice, man, like he literally could be your number 1 wide receiver. So, like, if you look at fantasy points per game, Jason, on fantasypros.com. It has him like at 17 or 18 point something. But it counted his last game as a 0 because he got injured by fucking Patrick Mahomes immediately. That was a 0. If you factor that out, 21.6 points per game is only 3 games, man. But it's Patrick Mahomes. It is literally the Travis Kelce role. Travis Kelce was doing nothing, and then Rashee Rice got injured. Travis Kelce stepped up. So give me that slot, quick pass. Dude, Patrick Mahomes threw the second most goddamn passes in the league this year. So, dude, if Rashee Rice has any chance of playing next year, he could be a wide receiver 1. If I get him as my high-end wide receiver 2, that's amazing. But, dude, we need to monitor the Rashee Rice situation because we already know that this is fucked, man. We already know that the Kansas City Chiefs get all the breaks. All right? Look at my username right now or whatever the fuck it is. But, yeah, Rashee Rice might get a 4-game suspension for straight up 4 felonies or whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah, he's a guy that could definitely be a wide receiver 1 next year at 12. That's a little too high for me, but I know he has the potential. I am worried about him coming back from the injury. Also having being suspended for a certain amount of games. I'd like to know more about that. I guess we're just gonna have to see how the offseason goes. I do probably see him climbing up in my ranks some because he is so dominant. But the thing with like a slot receiver, dude, you got to have those fresh legs. You got to be able to make those quick cuts. And might take a little bit longer coming off from an ACL injury. So I am a little worried about that.
You're right, because even Tank Dell Tank Dell was young, coming off of a fucked up leg, and he didn't look right this year. And then he got even more fucked up. We'll talk about him later. All right, man, I'm going to go on to the next, 15 pretty much? So T. Higgins will be my top. So Lad McConkey, Jason, I traded for his AS. I traded Deebo Samuel and whatever for him. Thank God. And yeah, he was on the list of my next Puka Nacua, but you had to actually get him in like the 8th or 9th or 10th round. I can't remember when you had to get him. Let's see, ADP was wide receiver 45, so you probably could have got him in like 12, in like the 10th or later round. But we have him, Jason. I think you and I both have him ahead of Devontae Adams. And this is kind of like Devontae. When I'm thinking about targets, I'm thinking about Devontae Adams and Lad McConkey and JSN. So these 3 right here, I'm like, dude, target monsters. I got Tyreek Hill in here just in case, right? But the other 3 in this tier are target fucking monsters. I just don't like the quarterback here. Devontae Adams, man, I mean, was literally like a wide receiver 3 over the last month. It was insane. And Lad McConkey, man, you even saw him in the playoffs. That fool is the offense. So how do you feel about those 3?
Yeah, so Lad McConkey, he's actually one of my bold predictions, dude. I thought he was going to get 100 receptions this year. He only did 18 receptions short. Damn, I thought he was going to pull it off there at the end. He's one of the dudes that when people say, oh, you draft a rookie, it's the later end of the season when he starts doing well. Well, that's exactly what happened. I think it was like week 11 is when he really started to blow up. And from there on, it was 18 points, 14 points, 20 points, 16 points, 14 points, 29 points. And with that ending and all the targets that he was getting, I think he has a chance to be up there with Devontae Adams when it comes to targets. How many targets did Devontae Adams had? 141. I don't know if it's going to be that much, but
it's crazy.
He had 112 targets last year. I believe that will increase in 2025.
And now they have the passing game coordinator from the Lions. Who knows? Because they ran the shit out of the ball, but still. Then Courtland Sutton, Jason, I have him higher than you. Marvin Mims, you will see later. I have him higher than most.
Who do you have higher?
Marvin Mims was I like better than Xavier Worthy next season. But yeah, dude, Courtland Sutton. I'm actually projecting Bo Nix to do better, guaranteed, because of that offensive line and Sean Payton. Whereas, Jaden Daniels, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't believe in that offensive line before, and I'm tripping still. Jason, I was really proud of you on Marvin Harrison Jr., and I'm sorry, I'm going to pee my pants.
What are you proud of me about? Okay. Yeah, because we probably have the same rank. The overall is going to be 21.5. Yeah. the one thing with him, this is the craziest stat. I had it right here just a second. Okay. Had 116 targets. I like to say over 115. I like to call that elite. I want wide receivers that can get that many targets. He had 116, but he only had 62 receptions. And that was his downfall because he still had 8 touchdowns on the year, which is kind of crazy. He just couldn't get the catch rate high, dude. That is a little bit higher than 50%, but dude, that sucks. 62 receptions at 116 targets, dude. Like, I feel he has nowhere to go but up, right? They're gonna.
Who are you talking about?
You said you were proud to be about Marvin Harrison Jr. So
and I was like, dude, because in the second half of the season, he's worth to be your wide receiver too, kinda, and you could almost get him as a flex next season, man, probably. So I love Marvin Harrison Jr. next season. I just don't like fucking Kyler Murray, man. And then, dude, did you see our difference between Jerry Jeudy? I'm like, dude, I've got Jerry Jeudy right behind the Cortland Sutton, Tyreek Hill, JSN. He is a target monster, but who the fuck is going to be playing for the Cleveland Browns, man? I don't. If they need to get Jameis Winston back, but even with DTR, Jerry Jeudy had like 20 targets a game, dude, and you have him as a bottom end flex. So I'm just like,
like 20 targets.
Dude, Jerry Jeudy was crazy last year.
With DTR, I think only one game he had like crazy amount of targets.
I'll have to check that. All right, check it out there if you guys can. I'm telling you, man. I would fucking dude. Jerry Jeudy was a league winner last year for going for a minute. I would roll the dice on that guy. I would love him as a flex, but I think he's going to be a wide receiver too next year. If he was my wide receiver, if he was my flex, I'd be pretty pumped.
I mean, you also think they're going to probably get Cam Ward, right?
I was talking to so I do work with a Browns fan, and she was all talking about their new offensive coordinator. And I said, I was telling her, I was like, dude, Kevin Stefanski's a coach. I wouldn't worry about the offensive coordinator. He's going to do whatever fucking Kevin Stefanski wants him to do.
Yeah, week 16, he only had 3 targets.
Damn, dude.
Sorry,
I thought he went nuts with DTR, like 18 fucking targets.
He did have some good games with him, but yeah, that one game it was 3 targets.
I love Kevin Stefanski. Man, I just think Kevin Stefanski's so good, man. So whatever. If he likes Jerry Jeudy, I like Jerry Jeudy. I like my neck, and my neck just fucking fuck.
One of the things I'm like thinking about though is like when it comes to the Browns, do you think they're content with their wide receiver core? They're like, this is good,
dude. Tillman. They had Tillman and Jerry Jeudy and Njoku for a minute. And Elijah Moore. Yeah, I do think that actually, if they had a quarterback out there like Joe Flacco, yeah, they would be content. Jerry Jeudy's a first-round draft pick. He was literally like the top wide receiver coming out, Jason. And then they got Tillman. What'd you say?
From?
Jerry Jeudy. Alabama.
Roll Tide. There we go. Roll Tide. Okay.
And then, but yeah, dude, who else was it? Elijah Moore was been amazing, and then Tillman was a second-round draft pick from Tennessee with Hendon Hooker. So I think they are content. They have a good wide receivers, man. Better than people think.
I think there's a chance they might get a big wide receiver if they're going to get like a. I don't know who's really coming out. We're going to be doing research on that here in the next And
I was telling her, dude, Bettino might be retiring, Jason, but Conklin got injured immediately last year. He'll be coming back. This offensive line will be better. I'm looking at the Browns for players to pick people from, so I kind of like some of the Browns.
I do think if they do get an upgrade or if they draft, Cam Ward, I think that would be a major upgrade to the wide receivers. Maybe not major, but it will be an upgrade. But as of right now, dude, I can't do it. I feel like I still have I would still want all these other players in front of Jerry.
Cam Ward, I do actually really like. I like him way more. I think he's in a tier by himself. It's because I could buy his jersey and not have to personalize it. And then Jason Keenan Allen, I was thinking about this. I know you don't have him ranked right here in the top 36, but who was the best? Who's the most consistent wide receiver for the Lions? With a great offensive line when you can throw it deep.
Are you talking about Monroe St. Brown?
Yeah, he's a slot wide receiver, dude. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, Keenan Allen coming into this system should be made for the slot wide receiver, and then this fucking offensive line is not going to even be close to give him the amount of time. So I'm just like DJ
Not
Moore,
good.
maybe that Jameson Williams role, Jameson Williams role. I don't like DJ Moore that much. Yeah, I know I fucked up this last year, but whatever, dude. If you follow the pattern, Jason, and you draft my fantasy MVP a year later, it should be amazing.
I mean, DJ Moore had 140 targets. Do you think?
Oh, I watched it, dude. The lowest goddamn accuracy catch rate of like any wide receiver. It was terrible. Keenan Allen's the number one wide receiver there when he's healthy.
Marvin Harrison.
And now he's in a system with a slot wide receiver as the number one wide receiver. I don't want it.
DJ Moore was 98 for 140. So you think in this system, this Ben Johnson system, he's going to take a step back?
Yes.
And be Jameson Williams, Tyler. Let's look at this real quick. Jameson Williams had 91 targets.
Yeah.
58 receptions. Do you think that's going to be DJ Moore next year?
I think he's going to have like 100 targets and like 70 receptions.
Holy shit. This is a hot take. I like this, Tyler. I like it.
I'm fucking around, dude. It's like
I know you're not fucking around. That's why I like it. This is a hot take.
And,
I like it.
I had to listen to the radio thing with Ben Johnson, man. He's like, the number one thing I want to implement here is my play action. They led the league in play action. They want to run the ball. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna draft the running back they draft, and then I'm going to avoid every wide receiver except Keenan Allen if I get him late.
Good stuff.
All right, dude. And the next up, I do want to point out that Devonta Smith still averaged 15.3 fantasy points per game. And if you slot that up where he should be, that is a value. So if you want to pick up Devonta Smith, I think that's a good idea. I think he's more than worthy of your wide receiver number 2.
Did he miss some games last year? He did, right?
Did. Yeah. And then I've got Jalen McMillan in here as if Chris Godwin's not going to be playing. So that's why I have Jalen McMillan high, Jason. And you do not have Jalen McMillan ranked at all. I was curious why you did not have Jacoby Myers ranked, Jason.
Yeah, why would I? No, I'm just kidding.
Tim Brady, motherfucker.
Tim Brady. Yeah. Is he taking on the quarterback position?
He's got influence. He said he's not going to put an embarrassment out there, but Jacoby Myers, man, I think if I can get him as my flex, I'll be all about it. As my wide receiver 3, I'm fine.
I guess. I don't know if there's other people that I would like over him. I have some players on here that I think that's actually going to surprise people next year. And
would you rather? So you'd rather have Jameson Williams over Jacoby Myers?
Yeah.
So you'd rather have Brandon Ayuk?
See, this is the whole thing about the early rankings, right? Like I have Brandon Ayuk here thinking that Deebo Samuel is going to be gone.
Oh, I've got Brandon. Okay, so that's why you have Brandon Ayuk ranked. I've got him ranked as if everybody's there. Yeah, look at my San Francisco wide receivers, Jason. 32, so a flex. Juwan Jennings, a flex. And then Deebo Samuel, I think, number 50.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is not that's not bad at all. People
I know.
We talk about it all the time. Like he is one of the riskiest players to draft because if he's not getting the rushing touchdowns, he's going to bust. He's going to be dropping loads of busts all around the house, dude, because he needs those rushing touchdowns. He doesn't get it. He ain't going to help you win.
Jason, Marvin Mims Jr. Check it. He was like wide receiver, like 10 over his last 4 games? And you have him not ranked. I have him as the lowest end flex you can imagine in 12-man league.
I like just to see a little bit more tape. You know, he was horrible last year. He wasn't great in the beginning of the year. And then the last 4 games, Bo Nix had to pretty much air it out. They didn't have a run game.
Their defense took a fat shit.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that is true too. Their defense really loosened up towards the end of the year. I don't know, man. I'm still a little bit scared to go after that guy. He might be a guy that I can see has the potential to do well, and I not draft him. I skip him. You know what I mean? Because I'm just I need to see more. But by that time, it might be too late. It might be too late. And same with Juwan Jennings. Tyler, have you actually looked at Juwan Jennings or his season?
It was bad after because once Brock Purdy got injured, it was fucked. He hurt his elbow at the end of a game, and then it was fucked. So when Brock Purdy was healthy, I love it. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know where to rank him. I hate Deebo Samuel. I don't know what So fuck Debo Samuel. I had to put him higher than Debo Samuel.
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck Debo Samuel.
And then I do want to talk about, let's see. So Xavier Worthy, Jason, you would not mind him as your flex, which is totally reasonable. Second year bump, Patrick Mahomes, trying to get that deep pass back. But Rashee Rice, I think all of this depends on Rashee Rice.
I think there's a lot more that depends. I mean, look at who the Kansas City Chiefs have right now on the roster. They got Hopkins, they got Hollywood, they got Xavier Worthy, they got Travis
Hollywood looks good, dude.
And they got Rashee Rice. They got so many players, and it's like, if I had to rank one high out of all of them, I feel like it's going to be Rashee Rice. I think he's going to be the main dude, and then because of that, because he's going to get the under routes, and I think Xavier Worthy turns into like another flex option for next year, a boom or bust type player.
And then I do want to talk about Chris Olave, Jason. I ranked him outside of a flex. So, yeah, you ranked him in as a wide receiver. So you'd be fine with Chris Olave as a wide receiver 2 on your team.
Wait, I have him where? Hold on.
23.
Oh, I have him as 23. I guess depending how the draft goes, but I'm not
I think he's a flex. I think the truth is somewhere between.
Is Jameis Winston going to the Saints?
Dude, if that motherfucker would be a fucking top 5 draft pick.
I know, dude. Someone just needs to let him be a full-time starter for 1 year again.
But I think the truth, Jason, is somewhere between you and I. So, yeah, like 30.5. So, I think he's not quite a wide receiver 2. He's not. He's more, a little bit more than a flex. So, if you get Chris Olave as a flex, I think it'll probably be a great situation.
Yeah, he needs to score more touchdowns, dude. That is his problem. He needs to score more touchdowns.
Problem is, dude, if he gets one more concussion, the motherfucker's gonna be done for the goddamn lifetime, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty true too. Yeah, 32 receptions, 44 targets, and 1 touchdown.
It's his concussions, though.
I mean, like, he left 3 games injured because he got concussed.
Today, Junior.
I'm surprised you haven't talked about Christian Kirk yet.
Dude, just wait, Jason. I couldn't believe that you had him ranked. So yeah. I had to add him to the very...
Yeah. I was like, dude, Tyler's going to love this.
I was like, all I saw was red, Jason. I was like, this motherfucker. But hey, Carolina wide receiver, Jason. They played the game with Xavier Legette. He does not look legit. All right, legit. He does not look legit. Legette does not look legit. Coker actually did the best out of the rookie wide receivers. He was undrafted free agent. So give me one of the Carolina wide receivers, Jason. I want to take a risk on. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and you're getting them after. Oh, you put 39. Yeah, I'm
after
totally
flex.
Okay with that. And I think I would go with Coker too.
And also, Jason, I don't have any. I was doing some research on the wide receivers coming out this year. I don't have any in the top. If it was that Jeremiah Smith, that asshole from the Ohio State University, he'd be top 20, top 15. But that ain't the case, dude. So not a lot of big names coming down this season as far as rookies.
Yeah, they got a big name coming out of Bama. I want to say his name's like maybe Milroy. They got another one. It's like some name that I cannot pronounce, but it's like
after the draft, I think we'll get all hyped up on their physicals. So
it's like Ibuka. He's supposed to go in the top 10 as well.
Ibuka.
That's like Ibuka. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it.
You butcher everything, Jason. You're a butcher. You look like a fucking butcher. And then, hey, Jalen Waddle. I don't want him as my flex, dude. I don't even want him as my goddamn flex. They're playing football differently over there. And then Parker Washington, not Parker Washington. Can't remember the wide receiver over there that I like too. There's another wide receiver, Jason, waiting in the wings for Jalen Waddle.
You talking Malik Washington?
Malik Washington.
Yeah, Malik Washington is only going to be on the field for a few snaps. He's not going to take over Waddle, Hill, HM. He's going to be on those like a Malik Coleman. Remember that guy?
Yeah. No, I do not. But hey, did you notice that I ranked, Jason, 54 wide receivers?
I do now. I
was going crazy. I was like, I can't stop. These guys are all relevant. Running backs is easy. I'm like, I don't fucking running backs, dude. Like, I need to see the draft. I need to see what's going on with the running backs. So again, draft running backs high, dude. Corian. I do want to talk about Jason. Who was it? Was it Chris Olave, Marvin Mims, Josh Downs? Man, Josh Downs had some big games in the end of the season. What's going to happen with Anthony Richardson? I do not know. Fuck, dude. There was somebody I want to talk about. And then Cooper Kupp, man, he was like 20 points every fourth game. So, like, at the same time, he might be good. I've got Chris Godwin ranked way down low, Jason, because of Rome Odunze. So Romeo Odunze, I want it so bad. So Keenan Allen, Jason, I think Keenan Allen is actually a free agent right now, but I think they're going to re-sign him because of his rapport with Caleb Williams. But if they get rid of fucking Keenan Allen, Jason, I will literally draft Rome Odunze over DJ Moore.
Oh man, you really start to hate your players that don't pan out for MVP, huh?
Well, you think it's personal? You think I got a dartboard with DJ Moore's face on it? Is that what you fucking think?
I did tell you that though. Keenan Allen goes out, Roman Doomsday definitely goes up.
I'm just saying. When I was ranking Rome Odunze, I was like, he's one player I'm watching so closely this season because I'm like, he will jump up like 20 ranks, dude, if that changes. And then Darnell Mooney. He was not the hyper-targeted guy, but he was a deep threat. So Darnell Mooney as a flex is not bad. You get him as wide receiver 48. I think that's kind of good. And then Godwin, Jason, I think did you rank Godwin as if he's playing for Baker Mayfield next year?
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be, but yeah.
That's what I figured. So I've got McMillan in that spot. And what do we have McMillan? We've got McMillan 28. So 28, 31. Somewhere around that, a strong flex position is McMillan and Godwin. And then we got Deebo Samuel. You better fuck off, Deebo, and all your Deebo lovers. And then Tank Dell. I've seen Tank Dell. I was like, because I actually checked Jason rankings on fantasypros.com to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And they're like, Tank Dell, like, is in a tier like 7 or 6. I'm like, dude, that motherfucker broke his leg. Then he tore his ACL. I did not think he was going to come back until the end of next season, is what I thought. Am I tripping, Jason?
Yeah, I think he might be out for a while.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wouldn't fuck around with Tank Dell. I'd fuck around with Cedric Tillman before I messed around with Tank Dell. Because Cedric Tillman was on a pace to kill people, all right? And then he got injured. And then, Jason, I've got Christian Kirk. You tell me, Jason. So, Christian Kirk, you're going to draft him as your wide receiver 2 next year?
I mean, there's a possibility.
Yeah, there's a possibility. I'm going to say a lot of things, but I'm not going to say it online, all right? So, I get $1 million in the mail. How about that? That's a really clean thing. There's a possibility I get $1 million in the mail next tomorrow from Public Clears Publishing House.
I see you like this. Do you think Christian Kirk is a good player? Do you think he's a good player? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I agree, Tyler.
How old is this asshole?
The guy has played well for most of his career. Had a bad year last year. He plays the slot a lot. The offensive coordinator came from Tampa Bay. Who was the slot receiver over there?
Yeah, he's 28. You know that Christian? I thought he was like 33.
He's still a young buck.
He's 28 years old. All right. Okay. All right. You know what? I tell you guys to listen to Jason sometimes, and this is one time I'm gonna tell you to listen to Jason because I'm thinking with my other head, not my other head. I'm thinking with the wrong head, Jason. I'm thinking with my vindictive head, which is my third head. I'm like, oh yeah, Christian Kirk, you want to see where you'll get drafted? I'll fucking draft you in the 9th or in the 19th round. All right, in my 14-round league. So, anyways, all right, Jason. Any questions?
No. Talk about trying to get 12-man next year in our listener league.
Hopefully, God, please, God, gets a 12-man in that. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, dude. We're gonna get it.
Some kid named Joe. This kid is like, this channel is comedy. These guys offer zero value other than following mainstream media.
Hey, Joel Daniel, I see you and your kid. I kick both of your fucking asses, dude, in the same day. So bring that shit. I'll be like, oh yeah, Joe, fucking boot your kid, and then I'll boot you, you motherfucker.
That's what happens with the beer.
I started getting like, ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I'm just saying, dude. Fuck you and everything you can and everything you stand for.
Maybe we should be like the fantasy footballers and talk about the consistency of what happened last year with players. This guy has a consistency rating 9.
This guy's
he's going to be the same for 2025.
You're a bot, dog. You're a bot.
You're a bot. This guy.
Get your ass over here so I can kick it, motherfucker.
Oh, right, like shitting all over Debo. Yeah, man, we don't like Debo over here.
Say shitting all over Debo?
Olaf is like, y'all shitting over Debo. Yeah, we don't like Debo.
Shitting all over Debo? Yeah, I'll shit twice, dog. I'll shit twice. I'll eat some dairy and I'll go shit on Debo. All right. So at 2 years in a, he had with 1 out of 3 years, Jason the Fool's been good, and he's like, whoa.
Oh, we got Vic. Vic Z.
Cup is done.
Cup is done.
Hey, I'll show you Cup. Let's see, Vic. What's up, Cup?
You had him like in the 40s, I think.
Yeah, I've got him right here. I mean, he's done, but not done. I mean, like I said, he got 20 points like every third game, dude. So that's pretty amazing. His upside is his floor is lower than most, and his high is lower than most. So that's the problem there. No, I think that he is a flex.
The problem is we saw the passing of the crown in week 14. Then it was nothing. It was nothing but Puka Nacua after that. We saw Cooper Kupp unable to run his routes like normal. He couldn't get separation. He wasn't.
And Jason, Matthew Stafford took a step back from last year. That fool was like quarterback 5 for the last like 6 weeks of 2023. This guy at no point. I mean, he had a couple good games, but he did take a major step back. He's a free agent this year. They're going to re-sign him.
Oh, they're going to re-sign him.
But dude, he's not what he once was. So take that for what it was.
I understand that too. And if Matthew Stafford for some reason does not play next year, Puka Nacua will be dropping as well. But
when that guy said we were comedy, I was all excited, Jason.
Well, I told him, I was like, hey, what I put? I was all glad we can make you laugh at least.
Hey, you know where I got that from, Jason? When we start talking about kicking babies' asses.
No.
What's that like? The Real House Husbands of San Bernardino.
Oh my God, bro, get your baby. Get
your baby, man. Who's your baby looking at?
Yeah, grab your boy.
All he does is stare at me. I'll fucking put the floaties on him. I'll kick his ass in the water.
Yeah, fuck his ass in the water. Oh,
did you write back, Jason?
Corion's trolling us. He says, I have an idea for a segment, how to draft. He's probably going to lead the way. He'll lead the way. We'll just let him do
How to draft. All right, Corion, guess what? We'll, you make a little short video, email it to us. We'll put it in a video. Well, all right, we're going to send you to the expert here. Let's send it to our experts over here in Texas. And then Corion, this is Corion. Draft running backs for the first 10 picks, and then fucking do whatever you want after that. I'm just messing with you, Corion. But seriously, if you want to do that, that'd be cool too.
We can't really talk too much shit. He won, man. He had a good running.
That's what I'm saying, dude. If you want to do it, I'll fucking do it.
It's like when you think about it, it's like, dude, this guy had Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. It's like, oh my God, right there's already a squad.
Yeah, well, I know. I was pushing I wasn't pushing Jonathan Taylor, but I was pushing Derrick Henry. You and I both were. God's sake, we were fighting for him. All right, man. That is the show. Thank you so much for watching. This is what the running back rankings again, man. Fight us on the comments. We can agree or disagree. We'll see how it goes. If you want to talk shit about us, we will go to level 11. All right, you heard it.
We'll take it to another level.
All right. So I said there you go, level 11. You brought it out of me, dude. I shouldn't have said half the shit I should have said, but whatever. Anyways, hey, please give it. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription. We need that shit. We need it real bad. All right, Jason, please send us out.
Corion's like, no, not trolling, real talk. Yeah, I know Corion. We're fucking around. We had a couple brewskis. They're starting to hit. All right, we're good, man. We're good. Next Friday, we got the last of these segments. It's going to be the series. It's going to be our tight end ranking. So Make sure you tune in for that live next Friday. I'll talk to you in that episode. Deuces.
This is the Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you, except for that one guy.